Hey there, let me encourage you today, straight out of God's word from the book of Matthew. If you're someone struggling with feeling overlooked or wrestling with comparison, this one is for you. God's word in Matthew 20:15 says this: "Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous?" The word of the day is grace. Now, we live in a culture that is obsessed with fairness, right? It's only human. The kingdom, however, doesn't operate primarily on merit, but on mercy. God's generosity isn't measured by what we earn, but by his grace. Now, as we look in Matthew 20, Jesus tells a story about a landowner who's hiring workers for his vineyard. Some work all day, some just an hour, but at the day's end, they all receive the same wages. Naturally, the early workers are furious. "That's not fair," they cry. But the landowner responds simply this, with a question that pierces through our sense of justice: "Are you envious because I'm generous?" This parable pulls back the curtain on our own hearts. How often do we forget what we've been given because we're too busy counting what someone else received? We compare, we demand, we measure blessings in increments, not realizing that anything above judgment is already mercy. Entitlement is the enemy of gratitude. In parenting, relationships, ministry, or daily life, it's easy to focus on what feels uneven. But God is not obligated to distribute gifts the way we would. He's not fair by human standards. He's far better. He is generous. And that generosity doesn't diminish us when it flows to others. It reveals the abundant, overflowing heart of our Father. So, are there areas where you feel like someone else is being favored over you? Do you find it hard to celebrate others' blessings because of how it makes you feel about your own? If that's the case, today in prayer, let's confess any sense of our own entitlement or comparison that we've been holding on to. Let's ask God to give us the eyes to see his grace in our own lives. Pray for the ability to rejoice when others are blessed and to trust that your Father's generosity is enough for you too. And today, write down 3 ways God has been generous to you lately, maybe even ways that you may have overlooked. And then intentionally celebrate someone else's win today. Let their blessing remind you of the generosity of your great God in heaven. Hopefully this encouraged you today. And if it did, I'd encourage you to pass it on to a friend, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Be blessed, be a blessing, and keep creating for God's glory. Peace.